The big win for me, kind of going through like third, fourth week, organizing my team, organizing my systems, just going through hired VA, thanks to Michael and Lauren, and amazing person onboarding her now. So the future is gonna be great. So that's a huge win for me.
Fantastic, brother. Love that so much. Andrew, am I stealing your thunder? You want me to be quiet and you want to lead, or are you good?
I'm hopping into it. Take over.
Cool. And Robert, you look like you're just chilling, you're chilling back. How you doing?
Oh, just living large here, man. Enjoying life. My win is talking to Andrew this morning. Actually, I enrolled 2 clients, paid in fulls a couple weeks ago. That actually helped me with some recoup some cash. But other than that, I'm just the luckiest guy in the world. Got everything I want and nothing I don't. So
Fucking love the attitude. That's sweet. Cool. Ophir, what's your biggest one, man?
My biggest win is I really and this is like a personal thing, guys. So I'm just gonna get vulnerable here for a minute. Um, I I definitely had this intention of being able to tell my wife that like she could like leave corporate. She's a social worker. She's been in the industry for like almost 10 years, and man, has she just been burnt out. And we weren't really there financially at the end of June, but I was just like, listen, universe is going to take care of us. Just like trust, just do what you got to do. Like I 100% support you. We'll make it work. And so she left in like she gave her resignation. June was her last day. June 28th was her last day in corporate. And since she left, things have just been going up and up and up for us financially. And so it's just been so beautiful to see, to be able to reaffirm to her, like, I got you. Like, you don't need to stress about finances anymore. You're good. Just like love you and just be here. And that's probably one of my biggest wins.
That's
Shout out to
beautiful,
you
man.
stepping up, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, I've been working on this for years, so I might cry a little bit because it's like really emotional, but yeah, it's cool. It's
Yeah,
cool.
we're gonna cry with you.
That's beautiful, man.
Is
That's the
she gonna
dream right
start,
there.
is she gonna start her own online business now?
I've actually been training her as a setter, and I got her placed in one of my clients' businesses. So she's been putting calls left and right on one of my clients' calendar, and we got a commission structure worked out for her. And the good part about it is she's taking it 1 month at a time, and the client agreed to that. So if my wife decides, hey, I don't really want to do this anymore, she could just walk away. But it's been cool. I set up her desk right here next to mine, so whenever she's like getting her texting game on, I'm like right here guiding her, training her, making sure that it's going well. So it's cool. It's cool.
Great. Congrats. That's sweet.
Muscle tough, bro.
Thank you. Thank you.
Awesome, guys. Well, thanks for sharing the wins. It's always important if you guys are running group programs to have your clients share their wins. It creates an emotional shift in the call instead of it being dense of just training, training, training. It really, really helps form more of a community connection and feel better on the calls for more attention. So cool. This one I'm gonna be bouncing around a little bit, but hopefully you guys pull out some gold out of this. The first thing that I wanted to go into is our paid trial strategy. So you guys can start modeling it. I think Jaime, you're definitely in a position that you could rock this out right away. You guys have an audience, and it's just a few posts that you put up, a few things in the background to get them in, and we have all the SOPs structured out for you. Good time to run this is really anytime you have a little bit of an audience. Instead of saying, hey, you get all these courses and trainings and systems, if you're doing 3 calls per week for your current clients or something like that, group style, that is what you can put front and center for them, like testing out the program, all that stuff. So it doesn't need to be exactly how we set up the promotion. Think of a way to get somebody in at a low ticket price point to test out some of your stuff and have a triage call at the beginning and then have a sales call at the end. 7 days is usually perfect. Does that make sense, guys? Cool. So, get Gabriel in here. What we have set up on the back end on Airtable, and I show you how to set up the initial one inside of the trainings in Skool, is we have an onboarding form. It's on Airtable. The key to your onboarding form for the paid trial is capturing their goals and their challenges. So when we're prospecting, talking to potential clients, when we know their biggest challenge, we want to speak to that over and over and over. When we can really help them with their biggest challenge, let them know over and over and over. That is what ultimately gets you more book calls, gets you more deals, really understanding their goals and their challenges. So we just have a really simple onboarding form to identify those things. And then Lauren takes the first call. So these people have a call with Jay. Oh, Jay, you're here. I think we have a call booked together. That's sweet. So then I can move this to sales call booked. Boom, perfect. And then these are the sales calls we have coming up. And these are the ones that Lauren has booked. And we can see instantly where they're currently at, where they want to go, what their biggest challenges are, that sort of stuff. I'll show you an example of how to use this in prospecting. We just had this guy, Steve. Awesome dude. He had a call booked with me, and then he had to cancel, just a lot of things coming up, that sort of stuff. And I just took the challenge that he had in his form and rebooked in the call from the challenge he had in his form. So inside of here, he said, just confirming that you got the call cancellation. I said, seeing this now, what made you cancel the call, brother? He's telling me all this stuff. What it boils down to, just most people are just busy. That's usually not because they're not canceling because they hate us or anything like that. They're just busy, which is like, if you just have systems in your life, like you won't be as busy. But anywho, I said, awesome. Thanks for the communication and honesty. I always like when somebody's being real honest with me in DMs or in SMS to reflect that back, because we act in accordance to our identity and how other people see us. So when there's something good that I can give thanks for, of communication and honesty, then that person is much more likely to communicate and be honest with me in the future, right? This goes for any relationship. And I'm kind of doing a tangent here, but there's ancient scripture that says, call things not as though they were. So if we want to drive somebody's behavior, then call things not as though they were. An example, a mom at a grocery store yelling at her kids, you're so rambunctious, you're so crazy, blah, 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 blah. What's she going to get more of? More rambunctiousness and craziness from her kids. But if she's installing the identity, I love how calm you are. I love how present you are. I love how you communicate. Then that's installing the identity into that kid, drive that behavior to drive the result that that mom wants, right? Same thing in any relationship. If we just remember that one principle, call things not as though they were, we get a different connection with people. Like it just enhances the communication in the relationship. And maybe I'll talk about this when I'm speaking at Ophir's summit next month, but that's what I'm always living by, and I do it in my prospecting too, right? Does that make sense? Are you guys with me? Raise your hands. Here, yeah, okay, cool. So then, where a lot of people screw up prospecting is they either them or they don't train their setters on using the previous conversation or a form that they filled out to be relevant and specific to their prospect. The more us and our setters can be relevant and specific to our prospect, the person will feel heard, seen, understood, and they're much more likely to respond, right? So I said I saw the biggest challenge for you was lead flow and metric tracking. Super easy to fix with our lead generation and conversion system and CEO dashboards that are instantly installed. I said, do you have 2 weeks from, so I'm speaking to his main challenge, which was in the form. I said, do you have 2 weeks from now, when things will be more stable? And then I'm kind of talking shit about waiting a little bit. So I'm just like, which usually it isn't, I misspelled stuff, but that's okay. Unless we're fixing the core problem instead of the symptoms. Like usually we have to wait because we have an actual deeper lying problem in the business instead of all these symptoms. We think like not having time is a symptom of the actual problem of not having good systems, right? So another way to think about anything in life or in prospecting, what are the symptoms that they're saying? I don't have enough money. I don't have enough time. I don't have blah, 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 blah. Yeah, that's a symptom of things that have happened in the past, which are the actual problems, right? Not having the right offer or messaging or not having the right sales systems or marketing systems. Then the thing is just the money right now, right? To go deeper into this, there's a book called Road Less Stupid by Keith Cunningham. I'll recommend it on every call. It's like the business Bible, and he has one chapter that just goes into the difference between symptoms and problems in business. Really good book, Road Less Stupid by Keith Cunningham. I said, but I can push it out on my calendar if that doesn't sound stupid to you, to get these things fixed. Really good ending question is, most salespeople will say, if that doesn't sound ridiculous to you, which I hate. So I just say, if that doesn't sound stupid to you. Like ridiculous is a little bit overused. I inject some humor and some fun into sales and into prospecting. So I just say, if that doesn't sound stupid to you, to get that fixed. And then he sent me over the time. This works great. All because we use the challenges. He already opted in for something that's paid. And I had a good little ending of like more people are more likely to respond to with a no than they are a yes. So in prospecting and sales, when we can frame our questions more towards no with the result that we want, we will get more of the answers that we want, right? Does that make sense? You guys with me? Okay, cool. Sweet, sweet, sweet. So that's the importance of having the form and really understanding challenges. When we're going to just like a sales call where they haven't bought anything, it's a lot harder to get a real answer for their challenge. Like what's really challenging them, what's your biggest issue, that sort of stuff. But when they're paying for something, it's a lot easier for them to fill out. Like what's your biggest challenge, what's your biggest issue, what's your penis size? I'm kidding, that was a bad joke. But they're more likely to fill it out when they're paying for something already. So, cool. So inside of the course, it's just called paid trial. We have the setup for the link. So what happens is they pay via a Stripe link. We don't even have a funnel page for this up. They pay a Stripe link and then it sends them directly here to book in their onboarding call with Lauren. Sweet. And then after they fill this out, it goes to the form that they fill out, and that's how they get into here. And then after they fill out the form, then they go to the Skool community where they opt in. And we don't accept them into the Skool community until they have the call with Lauren, on that call with Lauren. What we found is when we accepted them into the Skool community, some people just didn't show up to their onboarding call. So we stopped doing that. So that's the process. Stripe link, $47, pay. Book and call, sweet. Fill out form, awesome. Then go into the community, or they can go to like calendar bookings for like the group calls that you guys have that week, whatever it is, right? Does that make sense? Are you guys with me on the process there? Pretty simple setup. This is what the purchase link looks like. Boom, right here, $47 is everything that you get, pay, you're good. And we have the discovery call script inside of the course as well, so you guys can model that. We want to be setting the sale, not just onboarding them. So opening up loops, showing off the offers, what do we do, that sort of stuff, right?
So quick question, Andrew. Is that
Yep.
Stripe link connected to Go High Level? Because obviously when they pay, they go to next step.
So we don't have the payment link connected to Go High Level, but when they book in a call, they're tagged as paid trial. So that's how we get them into Go High Level after that. They pay, they book in the call, we get their phone number, email, and then they're tagged as paid trial. So we have a smart list with all the paid trial people. You can set that up though. We just like, when we launched this like a month and a half ago, we were just like, what's the simplest, easiest way to get this up and going? So that is possible.
So how are you taking them from the paid thank you page from Stripe to your booking appointment page? Is that the once
So
they pay?
inside of Stripe, there's a button that says after payment.
Okay.
So after the payment, it sends them directly to the booking page.
Cool.
That's a good question. Sweet. Cool. Is this making sense? Do you guys see how this can help? Okay. What sorts of results are you getting with the paid trial? Shit ton of book calls, shit ton of equity. Like, we're just gonna double down on the paid trial method. And it's booking in, like, before this, we were getting a good amount of people that were like 0 to 5K, like per month in terms of booking calls. The majority of the paid trials have been much higher quality. Like, we've gotten, I would say, I need to look at the metrics, but I would say about 80% of the calls are people that are doing over 10K per month. And I will take that every day of the week, right? Cool.
Have you
Good.
used this for follow-up or re-offers yet, Andrew? Is that kind of what you guys are doing?
Exactly. Yeah. I'm working with my setting team on hitting up past sales calls that didn't close, getting them back in with the paid trial, and working on scripts for that right now.
Nice. Cool. Thank you.
Cool. I think that's everything that I wanted to cover on the paid trial. We went into a few DM methodologies, that sort of stuff. So that's good. The other thing that I wanted to share with you guys, this is a new system that we set up. We like to put up at least two-step and call to action posts per week. So the system that we have now is, oh, fuck yeah, my team did this. Oh, that's awesome. We have 3 comments already. Okay, fuck yeah. So that's cool. So let's see if they did this the right way. If I go to posted content here, we should see that in posted content. All right. This is going to be super helpful for you guys. If you have setters and all of that stuff, this will help a shit ton. And I'll show you the whole process behind it. So what we do is we preload our content into here. So this we can just call fulfillment system YouTube video. And this is a call to action short post. It went on my personal profile and boom. We usually load this up with like 2 weeks worth of content every 2 weeks. It looks like we're getting low, so we need to do that again. But we have the copy in there. Yes, it's a call to action. Arlie posted it. Man, she did a great job. And then this is what really helps the setters. So post time was today. And it's already been posted, so we can move it here. So this is where the magic happens. We have an automation where our VA is supposed to do this, but I'll show you right here. We put the link into the content and we got to grab that video from YouTube. Boom. And whatever the DM script is, name, here's the fulfillment system build in less than 20 minutes. Boom. Cheers. Boom. I love emojis, as you guys know. And Tommy, one of our setters, is responsible for that. And this is what activates the automation. I'm a big, huge fan of Airtable with Slack combined. Airtable houses everything, right? And then Slack is how we notify each other and have team communication. So if I were just to put this in here, then Tommy probably wouldn't follow up with just that. But I click this button, it sends Tommy a task to follow up with this post, and it adds it to the call to action post board. So inside of here, it sends it to Slack. In prospecting, Tommy gets a notification. Here's the content, here's the script, and all he needs to do is go to that post and follow up with these people. Cool, which he's already doing because he's instructed on that. Cool. Does that make sense? You guys kind of seeing the value in this of just being able to put it in one place and get shit off our plate. Where when we hit this trigger and this button, it takes it to our call to action board. Because the issue that we were having was we had all these call to action posts, but we weren't doing a good job of going back to the call to action posts that were from like a week ago. And those are some of our highest quality leads, right? So this automatically puts it in here for Tommy to follow up. So it has the DM script, the status of he followed up with it, and all of that stuff. So this is on Facebook. This is a value one, and Tommy knows to follow up with these people and then follow up with these again. So these are our older two-step posts. He can click right there. Boom. He can grab the script and then just start sending these again. So he has a daily winning formula of going to this each day and hitting these up until they dry out. And then when they dry out, he puts them into no more follow-up there. Does that make sense? You guys with me on that? Okay. So Let me go in here.
So Andrew, just looking at your content tracking, like you guys don't do a lot of you don't worry about it too much, like cross posting across other platforms. Like I see you're hosting your trainings on YouTube. CTAs are like on Facebook, which I get, I see that structure and why. You don't really, are you guys not posting on other platforms? Just focusing more on what we saw here right now?
So the board that you were looking at was our written content. So that's Instagram, Facebook, and Skool. With Skool, I only give a shit about posting every 3 days because we can only send an email out every 72 hours. So we usually only post every 3 days on Skool. On Instagram, we kind of passively use it. We'll just take some content from Facebook, throw it on. That's not our main lead gen thing. And then our Facebook group as well. We're just warming that up. But we have other sections for email, for YouTube, for what else? There's some other sections there for other content.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. Cool. So, did that answer your question?
Yeah, thank you.
So this is what the automation looks like. In when record matches condition in content of send to Slack, or you could rename this like call to action post, whatever it is. Then it sends a Slack message of DM responsibility, respond with content link script. Create a task for Tommy to follow up on that. And add that post, the link and the DM script to the call to action board so we can follow up with that. So it's just 3 steps. We can go deeper into this on another call and make sure all you guys have this set up. So put a 1 in the chat if this is really important to you and you'd like to do that sooner than later. But if you guys just remember, like, just take what we've already pre-built out and then automate the shit out of different processes, you're golden. Another example is client onboarding. When you guys fill out the onboarding form, then all of these tasks happen for Lauren. Maiko creates a graphic for you. She posts it on Instagram. We get a notification in Slack that you've been onboarded. I'm instructed to complete the onboarding call with you. Reach out to onboarding call with Lauren. Then Maiko adds you guys to the communities. Lauren's instructed to do a profile audit. So after somebody fills out an onboarding form, you can just delegate things in mass. So you can think of any trigger inside of Airtable. What do I want to trigger? And then delegate everything in mass. So it's just off my plate and I don't have to worry about onboarding, right? It's all taken care of. Cool. We're getting a little deep into the weeds, but to recap, we've talked about the paid trial. It's one of the best ways to get more call bookings, more sales right now. Talked a little bit about weekly workshops and selling in mass there. We talked about call to actions and content creation and all that stuff. And all of this stuff is in the course right now. So if you need to go back to it, I just shot this video today on the onboarding, and it's inside the business OS underneath clients. So you can find it. Cool. Sweet. All right, what are your biggest takeaways so far? Lucas, I'll start with you.
So yeah, next step for me, finishing onboarding, that's under control now. Now focus on creating content, getting more leads. So this is perfect timing for me. I already diving slowly into Airtable and the content tables and putting everything together like that. That's my goal for the next 2 weeks, training staff how to use it, and yeah, kill it.
Perfect. You got the web clipper set up and the app for it?
The web clipper, yeah, in Chrome, yes. And the app, you talking about the app on the phone?
Yeah.
Yeah, I practiced that. I created one, so I just need to create more for different tables. So that's super cool.
Perfect. I'm using a lot more mobile right now because I'm on my phone more than I'm on my computer. So the last 10 minutes here, I'll show you guys just some badass shit with that. So that'll be fun. Cool. Jaime, action items, takeaways.
Yeah, seeing how you guys are handling like onboarding and delegation tasks, like I definitely want to incorporate more of that when people are coming in, just automatic. We have like an onboarding funnel that people get redirected to get them into Skool, to get them into Discord, to fill out a form for GHL if they need an account or want to transfer. So there's that, but I feel like the onboarding in general could be stronger, and I'm seeing how you guys are handling. I'm thinking I can plug a team member up front, similar how you're saying you guys are doing with Lauren, and then maybe take one at the end of the week if I want to circle back in myself.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
That's perfect. And there are so many little things that we forget with onboarding. So with a VA, just make sure you have a task delegated to a VA. Make sure that's all good to go and get that shit off your plate. And usually with everything in life, how it starts is usually how it finishes. So onboarding is critically important with clients. So cool, good stuff. Gabriel, biggest takeaways.
Probably utilizing the forms. I just spent about an hour yesterday putting together a form on Go High Level. So that was a question that I did have, is like why you choose to use the form functionality with Airtable versus Go High Level.
Cool, that answered it.
No, I was actually asking why.
Uh, if you feel more comfortable with Go High Level forms, you can. The way that it would activate is through a Zap, where they would fill out the form, either Zap or make integration, and then a new tag would have to be added to that client card, and then it would activate all the tasks and that sort of stuff for onboarding. That's a possibility. I've found it to be way easier just using an Airtable form, where I'm going to take it one step back. So what we do when we close a phone sale is we have a tag in Go High Level that says start brotherhood, start sisterhood, start systemized to CEO. And most of you guys got this, where it sends a text and an email to you guys with the onboarding form, the Airtable onboarding form. So that tag adds you guys to a smart list. So we know that these guys are in the brotherhood, these are in the sisterhood, these are in business, right? And why we use the Airtable form is because instead of having to do that zap over to Airtable and all of that stuff, all we need to do is send over that form. Their member card is automatically created, and then all those tasks are automatically delegated and off our plate. So that's from close deal on the call, click that button, you guys get the text and the email, and then in the email is to fill out that form, and then it's off our plate. Yeah. Lucas?
So this person doing the Airtable form, it's already finding himself in your Airtable because it's been added with Go High Level, right?
No, so that's a different way. So they don't have a member card yet.
Okay.
So they're not in our clients, right? But they are in Go High Level because we're in the sales process, right? And so we have their contact card in Go High Level. We click the button of Start Brotherhood, and then they get the automated text and email to fill out the onboarding form. So they can automatically get inside of Airtable. We can keep everything structured and organized. We can turn the client information into data, on track, off track, at risk. when we move somebody to at risk, we have a whole automated process around that to get them back on track. So that's why I use the clients inside of Airtable, is because we can structure their status so much better. And not just for like at risk, off track, on track, but also, are they ready for a testimonial, an upsell, a recommitment? All of that is much more easily done inside of Airtable rather than go high level. Cool. Sweet. Jay, your biggest takeaway, man, an action item?
I think it's the element of the paid trial, because at the minute what I'm actually doing is coaching people who maybe don't jump onto the main program for a month for maybe $1,200, and then maybe giving them once a week they hop into the group element of things. So I was thinking maybe a two-prong approach of maybe a week for maybe something similar to this, because obviously I've seen how much value it is hopping in for like a week now. And yeah, so I think it's the paid trials. I think is a great way to over deliver in terms of value, and a belief is a poor substitute for an experience. So once someone experiences it, you can't turn your eyes from that, can you? So yeah.
Yeah.
I had a quick question, just a quick one, in terms of, obviously, like, you give your students the systems in terms of Airtable and everything like that. How about for your clients? Like, are you able to make your own app and stuff like that? How does that work for clients if they're doing something similar in the female space? And I know females struggle with sales, offer creation, and systems is the next problem I'd like to really sort of kind of dig into.
Yeah, I find Airtable to be the best no-code software to build custom apps. So like with Gabriel here, he joined our Systemized CEO program. For me to get him across the line, I was like, I'll build out your habit tracker for your clients. And we ended up doing that. So basically you can have your own no-code software for your clients as well. And we have all the trainings on Airtable and all of that stuff inside of there. So I'll show you guys an example of, oh, I got my phone. It's not just on desktop, but also on mobile. Like in your marketing, you can show off you have a custom app, which we do over and over and over into our marketplace. So boom, boom, boom. I'm gonna share my screen here. Boom. Oh, let me make sure that mirroring is working. Give me 1 second, guys. There we go. Can you guys see my phone? I can't see you, so somebody say yes or no.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sweet. So these are all custom apps from Airtable. And we have the human OS, the business OS, the financial OS, and I'm developing a relationship OS with my girlfriend. So for example, I have, let me do this. I have a custom app for me and my girlfriend to send appreciations back and forth. I was just like, this would be fun to do. So this is a place where I can say yogurt bowl every morning. Boom. Thank you for feeding me every morning with the yogurt bowl. That's kind of loving, right? I don't know. But I can send it to Arlie and then hit appreciation sent. And what's really cool with the Airtable and Airtable and Slack integrations is we have our own Slack channel where you can see that she just got that appreciation in there, and she can read it and hit it read and received, and then that changes it in the custom app. So that's just one example of what you can do. And with our business OS and all of that stuff, we have custom apps for sales, for clients, all of that stuff. Let's just go to leads right now. And we can go directly on our phone to these leads. And then your team members work so much faster from having these apps up and on your phone. So here I can see the new leads that are coming in and what revenue level they're at. We've got some people's phone numbers. What's cool about Airtable is I can text directly out of here, boom, or I can call, boom. So that's just another example. And it's all integrated with the Airtable app. So I can see all of our different leads right there. Like we have a section for just phone numbers, boom, right there. So pretty cool stuff. And then you're just so much more valuable as a software company as well. So if you guys have not dove into that yet, the best place to start is with our new 90-day hard challenge that's underneath Genesis. And I've built out a custom app for you guys that, boom, that has exactly what to do on a daily, weekly, monthly basis to be successful in your first 90 days. These activities will help you grow your audience, will help you book more sales calls, will help you create your offers, will help you close a shit ton more deals and fulfill for your clients. So I show you how to set it up on mobile as well. And it's just cool. I posted in my profile, posted in group, posted in story, followed up with hot list, responded to comments, added friends, boom, blah, 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 blah. All these are the organic methodologies, and other things can be added or removed to this, but these are our recommendations. And this tracks everything. So boom, we can see if you hit copy paste. Let me show you my example here. And when I was building this out, I was like, holy shit, there's some things that were missing. And I ended up automating it with my team from just thinking through this. So this is something that you can have for your clients as well. That makes it just so much more valuable. Where it's like, you do these things every single fucking day, you can't fail, right? And this progress tracker tracks the progress. So you'll see when we add or remove things. Did I complete everything this day? Yes or no? Cool, we're good. So that's on a daily basis. On a weekly basis, we have 2 YouTube videos posted. One of the best ways to grow our audiences is to be interviewed and to get interviewed, call to action posts, that sort of stuff. You do these things every single week, you're golden. Then our projects each month. Month 1, finalize your offer one-sheeter with us. Boom, the profile funnel setup, launch your YouTube channel, finish your first workshop, which we talked about on this call, right? Then we have month 2, all of that stuff, and you just check it off, boom. And then the question is, how do we do these things? Well, from the daily tab, these are exactly what to do on a daily basis, exactly what to do on a weekly basis, exactly what to get done your first month, boom. And you can click in there to go straight to the video of how to create your story post that you should be doing on at least a weekly basis, right? So pretty cool stuff. And there's an example of a software and app that you can use for clients as well. Cool. Yes. And what were the big takeaways from that? Jay just went. Awesome. Cool. And we'll just do a little recap, guys. What we talked about today was the paid trial methodology and how that can drive a shit ton more high quality book calls. And we have everything in the courses down here. If we just go to, boom, paid trial call booking right there, have everything in there. The weekly workshops, whole process in there, ready to go. And Airtable Expert, good place to start if you're not doing that yet. And for the last thing that I showed you guys, the 90-day hard challenge, you can download that there, create the custom app here, do that on a daily, weekly, monthly basis. You guys are golden. So cool. And then for you, Lucas, I added in a training on that automated client onboarding with the automations inside of Airtable. So that's right there under Business OS underneath clients right there.
Awesome. Thank you.
Cool. Sweet. Gabriel, Jay, Jesse,
Thank you,
Lucas,
brother.
you guys feel
Great, cool. Powerful, cool, bro.
awesome.
Very
guys.
powerful call. Loved it. Airtable is amazing.
Oh, fuck yeah. Amazing. Sweet, guys. We'll go crush it this week. I have another call at 4 p.m. EST if you guys want to show up to that. But the main thing is taking the action and implementing. Show up to these calls. It will change how we think, but then make sure that you're implementing right after these calls. Cool?
Nice one, brother.
Take care.
See you guys.
We're looking at